A 2015 Army gender integration study urged for the end of hypermasculinity in combat arms units, saying it highlights traits such as, get this, dominance, aggressiveness, pursuit of physically demanding and potentially dangerous activities. By the way, this is war, and that this existing culture is incompatible with a mixed gender working environment. This is just one example of our next guest is giving for how social engineering is transforming the military for the worse. Former U.S. Army Captain James Hassan is the author of this book, Stand Down, How Social Justice Warriors Are Sabotaging America's Military, and he joins us right now. James, when did you first notice this happening?
Towards the end of Barack Obama's first term, and especially throughout his second. So the Army, go ahead.
Go ahead. Give me an example of when you first started seeing it, the most egregious example.
Well, I think part of it was when there was this push to create mixed gender infantry units. So the study that you just mentioned was a study that a source from my book sent me because he found it so egregious. Because the military's job isn't to be woke or sensitive, and the Taliban doesn't care what your pronouns are. Simply, it's just to defend the country by fighting to win America's wars.
We see the safe spaces on college campuses. You say you saw the stickers on bases.
Yeah, I sure did. So at the Naval Academy, I think, is the example you're referring to. And I actually took the pictures that I published in the book myself, and they are outside instructors' doors, both military and civilian, or at least they were at, when the book went to print. And they say, among other things, that the instructors have taken a sensitivity course called Trans 101, which was put on by contractors from Google.
Let's talk about the PowerPoint presentation, teaching commanders about male pregnancy.
Yeah, believe it or not, that was a thing that happened. So when the Obama administration pushed the transgender policy onto the military against the wishes of the Joint Chiefs, one of the things that they did is that they did force-wide training, basically transgender training. And if you were an Army commander, you did PowerPoint training that included a vignette about, quote, male pregnancy.
What's the reaction even among women on the base? Did they want this bending over backwards for some type of gender equality?
So, I interviewed over, scores of sources for my book, ranging from 2- and 3-star generals and admirals to company commanders and non-commissioned officers. And what I found is that it was a huge killer to morale because these men and women are signing up to do a mission, and to find out that the ideologues who are calling the shots from the top don't share that same mission is just demoralizing.
Real quick, when it comes to U.S. Army Ranger School, the commanders covered up performance records when they were asking if the females were keeping, these were allegations where females were keeping up with the males.
Right, and so that's, I'd put that blame on the Obama DOD versus the men and women in uniform themselves, but you're absolutely right, and that was a scandal that I uncovered, that I published in the book. A number of whistleblowers came forward after the first successful class and said that they'd been under significant pressure to pass the first 2 graduates and that standards hadn't been upheld. And the Obama DOD said that the records for those were shredded, but I obtained some of them and I published them in my book. And they show the whistleblowers were telling the truth.
Wow. James Hassan, Stand Down, How Social Justice Warriors Are Sabotaging America's Military. Hopefully this president can straighten that out.
Hopefully.
All right. Meanwhile, thanks for your service.
Thank you, Brian.